So this topic wasn't even necessarily worth doing like a whole video on, but I said, you know what? Listen, being that we a commentary channel and we pretty much talk about whatever, and being that my opinions be a little off kiltered sometimes, and sometimes it's hard for y'all to really understand who the fuck I'm really talking about. Now that I got a perfect example in front of me, we gonna talk about it. So y'all want to talk about it? Cause we about to.
Let's talk about it.
I'ma tell these niggas, come on, you can eat it up. Ain't no need to listen, you can be all in these guys. I ain't explaining shit to niggas, that's ridiculous. How you left for one to get mad when they finish up? I'ma get some shit today. No, it's fine. I'ma get some shit today. It's so fine. I'ma get some shit today. We outside. I'ma get some shit today. Cause I'ma get some shit today. I'm gonna get some shit today. Cause I'ma get some shit today. I'm gonna get some shit today. Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today. Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today.
Let's get into it then.
Wait. Now I love y'all and I love doing YouTube, but y'all know YouTube be on that bullshit, and right now it's quite literally the motherfucking ghetto. And listen, if you know me from way back when, then you know it's two things about your girl. Number one, I hate being anybody's best kept secret. And number two, if it don't make dollars, it don't make Scott no motherfucking sense, ho. So with that said, the best way to help me help you and keep the fun going is to join the Patreon, baby. Now I know I've struggled with consistency and whatnot in the past. I get it. But listen, baby, when our creative fund is impacted, then that makes it hard for me to do the content that y'all love, whether that be story times, commentary, hell, even my motherfucking music. Like, it makes it extremely hard to do. So I'm telling y'all now, if you're only experiencing me through this platform, which is YouTube, then baby, you are only getting half of the tea. So head on over to Patreon to get the full Scott Santana experience. And also, because a lot of people been asking me like, oh, Scott, when you bringing your story times back, oh, what happened to the laptop? What happened to those videos like from 2016? That channel that I had that I was doing story times on, that channel from 2016 is no longer. But here's the good thing about Patreon. Now it's 2023. I'm older. I'm 30 years old. Well, a whole different fucking gender now. But listen, how cool and exciting and fun would it be if I went back and I retold some of the old stories that you guys knew and loved from me, but from a grown and sexy 30-year-old mature perspective? Like, how dope would that be? So make sure that y'all go down to the description box, you click on the link to get to my Patreon, and y'all motherfucking subscribe, ho. Definitely make sure that y'all follow me on Twitter, okay? Because I swear I be over there talking to myself. Like, I be live reacting and live tweeting in real time to the fuck shit that y'all be putting on Beyonce's internet. So definitely make sure that you follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with the engagement and what's not. And definitely make sure that you stream my music too, okay? Because I talk shit, but I also write hits, okay? So don't be dumb, bitch, because you ain't dumb, bitch. Back to the video. Yeah, what's going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, aka Chi. And listen, we back to waste time. That's really what we back for. We back to waste motherfucking time and just to do a motherfucking video. Because I did say I was going to start talking about any and every goddamn thing that I be tweeting about, right? Anything. If I can tweet about it, we can make a video about it, right? Since some of y'all, a lot of y'all, most of y'all still don't follow me on fucking Twitter, which you need to. Okay, follow me on Twitter, Scott Santana on Twitter. Okay, but listen, today on Blue Ivy's motherfucking internet, why are y'all so upset at Keke Palmer? Like, seriously, like, why are y'all this mad at Keke Palmer? And see, you know, it's always a matter of time, especially like when you're dealing with somebody that's lovable, somebody who seems to, I don't want to say like she's imperfect or that she's perfect and, you know, doesn't have any flaws or things like that. But like when somebody is lovable like a Keke, you do have people that try to find flaws. Now, whether or not you're intentionally doing that, who knows? But what this girl done said, the way that it's being dragged out all over Twitter, and even the examples that I'm about to show are probably not the most lethal of what I've seen, but come on, the Twitter threads and the think pieces and y'all taking a cute interview, a funny interview, 5 minutes from a fucking interview, 5 seconds, and really dragging this shit out. And I just want some of y'all to go touch grass. Now, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, listen. Keke recently sat down with Terrell. I'm not really familiar with him. I know of him, but I don't really follow him. I just see the clips that get posted where, he'll do like song association with a celebrity or whatever. But I'm pretty sure that y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. But she sat down with Terrell and, they were discussing various topics. And then Claire Huxtable came up and Keke, being Keke, gave her opinion in a way that only Keke can. Let's get into it.
Claire Huxtable. She was uppity, y'all. Bottom line. Oh, really? Oh, girl, stop. Y'all know that Claire was way.
She was.
Come on.
But it was still cool though.
Was it?
Because her man was a doctor.
She was just so like, Claire. Oh, Cliff. Girl, say what you saying. She got on my nerves sometimes. Because I'm like, Claire, keep it real, sister girl.
Girl, say what you saying is a new phrase and I'm here for it.
Claire Huxtable. She was uppity, y'all. Bottom line. Oh, really? Oh, girl, stop. Y'all know that Claire was way.
She was.
Come on.
But it was still cool though.
Was it?
Because her man was a doctor.
She was just so like, Claire. Oh, Cliff. Girl, say what you saying. She got on my nerves sometimes. Because I'm like, Claire, keep it real, sister girl.
Girl, say what you saying is a new phrase and I'm here for it.
Child. Now, Keke said what the fuck she said. When I saw it, I laughed. When the people on my timeline saw it, they laughed. And we kind of all understood what Keke meant. It was just like, oh yeah, Claire Huxtable was known to be like real bougie. Like she was giving Hillary Banks. She was giving, what was her name? Janet Banks? Whoever the fuck Will Smith's aunt was. Vivian. Girl, I'm thinking about the motherfucking actress. Okay, but she was giving a real Vivian, Hillary, Ashley Banks, like black like this, but not black like that, right? Like I'm black like this, but not like that. Like, okay, black, Bougetto, Obama, Oprah, but I'm not like Lil Boozy black. Okay, I'm not like the baby black. I'm not, like Lil Wayne black. Okay, like we not riding around drinking 40s and blasting rap music black. Like we well educated, we well deserved. Not wrong with it, but that's showing a different type, a different side of what it is to be black, right? And then especially during a time like that, well needed. Like I think people forget like how long ago or how short ago certain things were, right? Now, the problem comes in where you have Twitter and you have people who literally need to go outside and touch grass. Come in, they see this video, and decide to start creating think pieces about it. They start to come in, creating these think pieces. Hold on, let me get this straight. They come in and they start creating these think pieces. And then when I first saw it, it was the backlash that was being retweeted on my timeline, right? And then today I look and I see that the Hillman Files. Now, I don't know, because nowadays they've been giving out like verification badges to any and everybody who want it now. Well, look at me, I got one. But I don't know if this is an actual, like, I feel like Hillman College is a fictional thing. I don't think it's an actual college. I think it's fictional. But regardless, you have this account, right, that says if uppity means an educated, paid, gorgeous, cultured, well-traveled, bilingual queen, mother, and wife, then yes, Claire Huxtable is uppity as fuck. And I just want to know what's wrong with y'all. What is wrong with y'all? And see, that's why I wanted to do this video, because it's like, honestly, this is a topic that I would just roll my eyes at. This is something that I just be like, oh, really? Because it's just like literally, like everybody on my timeline was like, you know what it never was? That serious, that deep. Like, we got the joke. We get Keke's sense of humor. We get it. But then you have pieces. No, you have people that is literally on the timeline going in, talking about how, well, black looks like this and black is that. Black is all different types of things. And, oh, what you saying? We can't be educated. We can't go to school. We can't have this. Oh, that. It is just like, nobody was saying all that. Nobody was saying all of that. Nobody was saying all that. Nobody was saying all that. Like, nobody was saying all of that. And then even if you look at the motherfucking comments, like, when you look at the comments, people are like, baby, I know y'all not going up over a fictional character. Y'all really need to touch grass, right? A fictional character. You do know that, right? I know y'all not arguing about a fictional character. And then you got people that's like, I know that's right. And then you got people like, I'd hate to hear her opinion of Dominique then. Like, and then you have people like this. The implication that Claire Huxtable was not being real is unsettling. I live in DC and there is not a lot of Keke Palmer personalities here, but I don't deny her reality is the Black mosaic. Black people denying the realities of the upper middle class is a very bad prejudice. And it's just like, the joke is now unfunny. Like, the joke is now unfunny. And it's not even like it was an unfunny joke to where, like, you know how sometimes you tell a bad joke and then you got to explain the joke? Because they say if you got to explain the joke, then it's not really funny to begin with and you shouldn't be telling the joke at all. Like, stick to your day job. This ain't one of them type of situations. It's like, those who got it, got it. Those who got it, got it. And those who were offended, like, why? Why? And that's why I say, you know what, let me speak about this, because when I be going off and I be saying, oh, fuck this, fuck that, or fuck that demographic, it's not to generalize. It's not to group a whole group of whoever together. It's specifically speaking about motherfuckers like this. Motherfuckers that cannot joke, that go and take everything seriously. Like, there are people out there, and it happens within every demographic. So it's not necessarily a color thing, a gender thing, a sexuality thing. Like, it's a human thing that happens. And it does happen within certain groups a little bit more. But it's a thing that happens when people rush to go and automatically become a professional victim. And I wouldn't be me if I wasn't honest. And I just, listen, I need the Black community to stop doing that. I really need for us to stop doing, like, I get that I'm in New York. I get that we're a lot more progressive. I get that some people, like, and I said this in a couple of other videos today, like, I feel like, not even I feel like, I definitely understand that growing up in a progressive place, my experiences might be a little bit more different versus someone who grew up in a state where, you know, it might be a sundown town. It might be, you know, some racial shit still going on. Not that racial shit doesn't happen everywhere, but you understand what I'm saying, right? In the South, where shit is deeply rooted. Okay, that's okay. But get yourself to a point to where you stop allowing all of this low vibrational energy, because that's what it is. That's what it is. When you vibe high, you ain't thinking about this shit. You're not allowing everything to affect you, right? You're not. And even when it comes to these discussions of racism and colorism and socialism and all, like, there are times when it needs to be had, yes. But if you just bringing it up at a whim, just by, like, because somebody breathe, like I just finished recording my video with my response to Chica and her tweets and whatnot. And let me choose my words carefully because I don't want to be messy. But I'm going to just say, I heard someone say, basically someone equated being musty to being dark skinned and being fat. And I said, how because if 1 + 1 is 2, and 2 + 2 is 4, now how the fuck we end up at 69? So because somebody called you musty, now all of a sudden they are a colorist and they are fat phobic. Like, and see, this is what I mean when I say low vibrational conversations, because you have the people that are out there actively fighting, actively fighting, actively making movements, right? Actively making strides, right? You know, when things happen, they are at the front of the lines. They are, boom, okay, you like, what's up? Then you have people that sit around and complain. Then you have people that sit around and complain and benefit, or then you have people that sit around, complain, and further incite violence, right? It's like, you already know that there's a certain state, like a certain place, a certain temperature of where things are culturally, culturally. I think that's the word. Culturally speaking, you already know that there's a certain temperature, a certain frequency where things are culturally speaking, right? Then there are people that will go and adjust that frequency even lower. Like, well, let's turn it up. Let's turn it up by turning it down, right? Let's incite more violence. Let's incite more rage. And that is people like this. I do not like that type of shit. I do not like that type of shit because, again, I feel like I got to keep saying it. Like, this is why I say in my videos, if I didn't say it, then I wasn't sad. Because the way that people will, if you have not realized with any of the videos that I posted recently, like, it seems to be a common thread that's happening in all of the videos, all of the content that I've been posting, like with what I'm talking about. It's like, these are situations where people are literally hearing one thing and then taking it somewhere else. And it's just like, this happens every day where people project their trauma and fears onto other people, hear what they want to hear, and then get offended. And it's just like, then they'll take that anger and violence and go on platforms to incite riots and incite masses and groups of people to, like, and it's the epitome of, honestly, it's the epitome of what Donald Trump was doing. It's just as dangerous, an epitome of exactly the same shit that he was doing. And it happens every fucking day. And it's tiresome. It's tiresome. That's why I keep saying, like, at first I was just going to ignore it and be like, okay, like, but I'm like, this shit happens way too fucking often. And as long as I'm gonna keep getting examples of it, I'm gonna keep bringing it on the channel to fucking show people, like, this is what I'm talking about. This is who I'm talking about when I say certain shit. Like, this right here. This is what you need to look out for. So anybody that's offended by Keke sitting down and doing an interview, and just anybody that's taking it too far, like, watch out for people like that. That is the red flag. They are the red flag. Start looking out for people like that. Because it's people that want to be mad. People that want to sit and blame the world, blame the white man, blame cap, like, all things that could be true. But what are we doing other than complaining and trauma bonding? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Again, there are people that will be the first ones out there on the front line. There are people that are actively, passing, like, actively doing things that are pushing the collective forward. And then you got motherfuckers like this that are holding the collective back because they want to keep everybody in a traumatic train of thought and in a place of pain. And I'm sorry if me growing up in New York, my little progressive brain, I'm sorry if I'm a little forward and future thinking and a little too optimistic. But at some point, when do we say enough is enough? Like, it's a fucking fictional TV show, a fucking fictional character. Like, even the fact that I even had to do a fucking video, and we probably 10 minutes in by this point. Like, it's like, girl, but I see this shit happen way too fucking often. Way too often. Let me go back to Twitter, right? Let's see. But I'm glad that a lot of people are, like, kind of like responding, like, girl, shut the fuck up. Right? So, shut the fuck up. Girl, shut the fuck up. Right? Claire Huxtable is a character played on a situation comedy series to demean an actual person. That's the unsettling part. Okay, well, what part of my statements is to demean an actual person? Right. See, and that's what I mean. People will pick and choose what you say. Pick and choose what you say. And I kind of get what the person was trying to say. That was like, okay, well, we can talk about a fictional character in this type of way, but a real character, no. How about, well, hold on. Well, yeah, because y'all know me, real humanitarian, like, every black ain't the same, okay. But yeah, as far as a fictional character, yeah, okay. Because one could argue there is a point that comes where people don't know the difference between fantasy and reality. I mean, look at how y'all, well, not y'all, but look at how people going up over the Little Mermaid, right? It could reach a point like that. Like, but let's get back to the comments. Really, they're not saying you demean an actual person. They're saying the actress was demeaned by the other people that predated you in a conversation. It's really not that serious. Claire was a fictional character. Okay. Palmer was playing to an audience she wants to impress. Yet she admitted to hoping to one day portray Angela Bassett. No nonsense about bringing ghetto Cinderella to Broadway. Dissing Felicia Claire was a risky joke. She'll be crying for dignified roles before she knows it. Was Keke pandering or was Keke just being herself? I feel like I'm losing brain cells having this conversation. Like, I don't feel like I need to go any further. I feel like y'all kind of get the point. Like, I'm going to always be anti these type of people. These people who don't do shit but complain. Don't do shit but want to bring up a phobia or bring up mental health or bring up any type of social justice, like anything to evade accountability. That just want to stir the pot. Not lend out a helping hand, but just... It's like, imagine like you and your whole family moving out the house and then you got that one person that's not lifting a single box but want to complain. Oh, don't break my kitchen set. Oh, put that over there. Oh, put that over there. Oh, y'all moving too slow. And it's like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up and like all you doing is making everybody mad and making everybody want to fucking slap you, right? But yet instead, a lot of times when shit like that happens, y'all don't see it that way. Y'all see it as, oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, yeah, watch the kitchen. Oh, that like y'all get mad and like stoop down to that same low vibration. And child, even if with this situation, most of y'all know that Keke was just saying shit in jest and just still watch out for these same type of tactics because it happens every day in life. If it ain't Claire Huxtable we talking about, baby, we could be talking about Michelle Obama. Somebody would be doing a big deep dive thesis, like, and it'd be the same type of tactics she used. So, now. That's my 2 motherfucking cents on it, baby. Let me know what the fuck y'all thought down in the comment box below. As if I give a motherfuck, okay? And make sure that you stream my music as if you give a fuck, all right? So I love each and every one of y'all. And HD, boo. Make sure you join the Patreon and sign up for the fucking mailing list. See you in the next one.
Baby, we don't have time to waste. I'm trying to